Hello guys and welcome to another Fortnite video. In this video I have an interesting, I'd say, game to show you. It was not a high kill game unfortunately, because I was trying to do the challenge where you have to visit 4 towns, the center of 4 different named locations actually. So I went to Risky Reels, then Wailing Woods, then Tomato Town and then Anarchy. However, the game ended in an interesting fashion, one would say. So anyway, I landed Risky Reels. I'm gonna do a voiceover. I'm not talking live right now, I'm just watching a recording of the game and I'm talking just to comment on my gameplay and give you guys some pointers. So after I found a shotgun, I immediately tried to look for the other guy that landed here. I saw a guy, he probably landed at the house, so I'm gonna try and find him. Now, I found a pump and a big shield, so what I want to do is drink the big shield, but first be sure to be aware of my surroundings and, you know, not to get shot. I won't open up the chest yet because I want to drink the big shield. I immediately see the guy and I ran to cover. Now I shoot him, I took off his shields and I see he builds up. I don't have a lot of material, so I don't want to build up just yet. I want what his plan is. I see he goes behind the tree, if you notice right now. And I see him building up. So what I want to do is when he jumps right now, I'm gonna start building up, so I block him like this. And then I'm just gonna wait and take 2 clean shots at him. Boom, he's dead. Now I'm gonna quickly loot him and try to find any more guys that are at risky, because I think I saw one more guy landing, but I'm not so sure. So I quickly loot him, and then I'm going to try and find the other guy. But first I need to open that chest and gather some materials, so I will be ready for the next fight. After I'm done looting this side of the place, of the Risky Reels, I'm trying to find the other guy and I hear shots from the house, so I immediately build up and I'm just quickly trying to look for him to see where he's at, if he is trying to move at me. He is not, so he's probably not a good player. A good player would rush me right there. So I move forward a bit aggressively, try to force the response. I see he throws C4, so I take the C4 and try to go back a little, see what his plan is. I shoot his C4, build up again, try to see him. I saw him, he's spamming me, so I'm just trying to build a little, see if he's a good player in disguise. He's not, so I just quickly tap him with the shotgun twice and he's dead. Fortunately, he was not a good player. I was really calm, really relaxed. If he was a good player, he could have killed me right there when I jumped with a shotgun. Fortunately, he was not, so I will quickly try and loot the rest of this place. After Risky Reels, what I want to do is move to Wailing, because that's the closest spot, that and Tomato Town, you know, to complete the challenge. And as I was entering Wailing, I saw a guy running from Tomato Town to Wailing Woods, probably to get some wood. So what I want to do right now is follow him, see what his plan is, grab some materials on the way and try to initiate the fight up close. I don't want to go into a ranged fight with a guy that probably has max materials while I don't. Because if he has max materials and I'm that low on mats, I might not be able to push him probably, and I might risk taking some damage or even worse, even dying. So what I'm doing here is trying to follow him around quietly, just see what his plan is, what he wants to do, and maybe, just maybe, try to take off some shield with some sneaky shots before we start the fight. Unfortunately, I lost him for a while here. If you see, I'm looking around, try to find him, try to grab some materials on my way, because I sense a build fight coming. Spoiler alert, I'm wrong. So anyway, I see him running up the hill, so I'm gonna try to flank him, try to cut him off up this hill. There I lose him again, so what I want to do is crouch and try to hear for his footsteps. I hide behind this tree. He's probably just behind the tree as well, and I know that, so what I want to do is just keep moving forward, build just in case. I see him behind this tree, so I jump behind him and I pump him to the head. Now what's important about this fight is that as soon as you hear movement, or you think you heard movement, or you suspect an enemy is behind the tree, you want to build first, ask questions later. Imagine this scenario, you see an enemy and you build first before you see him. If you build first, he doesn't have an opportunity to shoot you. If you see him first and then you build, you give him a small window of opportunity to take a shot at you and maybe even headshot you, take off all your shields, maybe even all your health. So my point here, I guess my thought process is that if you don't give him that opportunity, if you start building first, ask questions later, as I call it, you have a better chance of surviving these gunfights. But anyway, I took the challenge from Wellingwood, so what I want to do right now is move to Tomato and then Anarchy to complete the challenge and then try to win the game. So I'm gonna eat some mushrooms, try to go to Max Wood, and then I'm gonna go to Tomato Town. After completing the challenge, I tried to get into the circle, but I heard a sniper, so I immediately built up, and I noticed that there is another guy coming at me. So I have two guys, and in those type of situations, you just box in, try to figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna rotate the ramp, build even higher, and try to get outside of this tree, because it's blocking my view and it makes me mess up my building. So I get the high ground easily from those two guys who are fighting each other. The fight ended, so it's just me and another guy. Unfortunately, I have no idea where the other guy is, if he's at low health, high health, what weapons he has. I have no idea. So I don't want to play aggressive, I want to play it slow. I want to stay up here and just try to figure out what's going on. Again, my problem is that this tree is blocking me. I saw him there, he shot me for 8 damage, which is fine, but still I want to destroy that tree. I hear him right now trying to shoot down the building, but I remember that the building has good foundations and cannot be shot down that easily. I don't hear rockets or grenade launcher or C4, so I'm fine for now. I'll keep the high ground and try to figure out what to do next. I decide that it's better to get that tree out of the way after all, because it's really blocking my view and it's giving him an easy way to hide without me hearing if he's building up. It's sort of the tree now. The only place he can hide is below me. Eventually I see him and I do a clean shot at the head, 81 damage, and another shot here. He's really low at this point. I know that he's a couple more shots until he dies. I take another shot. Now he's really low, really low. If I tap him on the shoulder, he will die. So what I want to do is not let him heal up. I drop down and I shoot him with the SMG. Easy kill. He had really low HP, probably below than 10 HP, and he died. Now the zone is coming. I'm gonna loot quick. I'm gonna loot the other guy too, and I'm gonna get into the zone, which is in Tomato Town. Before I go to Tomato Town, I want to talk a little about this fight. What happened here is a guy sniped at me, or at the other guy, I don't know, and when I started to build up, I saw another guy coming at me. So suddenly I have two guys fighting, and I'm right in the middle. In those types of situations, what you want to do is box yourself in for two reasons. First of all, you will have a couple of seconds, maybe 3 or 4 seconds, to figure out what's happening and try to react on it. Second, and most important, is what happened here. When you're boxed in, those guys will eventually fight one another, leaving you the opportunity to fight off with a winner. It's like a tournament. There are 3 guys, the winner gets to fight you. And of course he will be hurt, he will be worn out from the fight, and it will be easier. Now it's Tomato Town. I see 2 guys fighting up on that hill. One sniped another. I don't know if there is a guy on the house, so for better or worse I will try to climb to the roof and box myself in again. And I will try to see what's going on this gunfight. I had an easy snipe there. I didn't take it for whatever reason. I see the zone is pushing them, so I try to snipe the right guy again. And when I missed a shot, when I missed all my shots actually because my aim is ass, I noticed that there is someone in the house. Right below me, I hear his footsteps. So what I want to do is focus him for a while and then let those other guys fight their build battle. So I'm gonna block this side so I don't get sniped. I'm gonna rotate my ramp and try to see if this guy is trying to push me, I'm sorry. Again, I'm gonna destroy the tree so he doesn't have any natural cover. Those guys right there are still fighting, and notice how I'm keeping an eye on everything. You have to be aware of your surroundings. These guys are still at it, still fighting. One guy just shotgunned the other, so I I decided to just move up because the fight lasted a while, so whoever is left is gonna be hurt, and I don't want to give him the opportunity to get healed up. So I see him right there, I take a couple of shots, and even though my aim is ass, I end up killing him easy with the SMG. The only reason I took this kill is that this guy ran to the other guy's loot. If he hadn't, I probably would have to fight him properly, you know, with a build fight and everything. Right now, on this game, there's only 2 guys left, me and the final guy. Well, obviously Sherlock, because there are 2 guys left. Anyway, I'm not worried too much about him, because back in the house he had an opportunity to push me, but he didn't, so he probably is not a good player. I have a pretty good loadout, I have a golden scar, golden heavy, some C4, so what I want to do is try to find him and trap kill him, because I haven't trap killed anyone in a while, and it's a good opportunity. All the good players are dead, and this last guy is probably not that good. So what I'm gonna do here is spend the next 2 minutes try to find him. So instead of putting you guys through the boring process of me blowing stuff up, shooting walls down, trying to find the last guy, I'm just gonna put some music on, speed it up, and cut to the part where I actually do the trap kill. At this point I've blown up half of Tomato Town and I still don't see him. Finally I saw him next to that container, so I tapped him once just to see how much health he has. So I know he's a bad player because he walked inside that container, that poor guy. He made it all the way here just to die from a trap. I know I can trap him, I'm really confident right now, so I'm gonna jump down and try to trap him inside that container. Let's see how that goes. So I'll go here, try to put a wall and around. Unfortunately he builds up somehow, I don't know how. I build up even higher just to see what he's going to do. Now I'm really confident I can trap him. I want to trap him, I want to win this game with a trap kill, and I'm gonna do it. He's right below me and I hear he starts breaking a wall. So I jump down, put 2 walls and a ramp, and then I trap him. I shoot the wall so he has a way out because he can't do it himself. I put a ramp, then I put the 2 traps and another wall, and there we go guys, the Victory Royale with the trap kill. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and I will make some more videos with you guys. Also, if you can, subscribe to the channel and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!